Hello once again and welcome to my YouTube channel. I remain your favorite IGCSE ICT coach. Alright, so today we are going to be doing question paper 03 from October-November 2024. So first off, we're going to be doing the file management. We're going to create a new folder called N24. So let's dive right into it. So this is where our source files are located. Alright. So here we're creating a new folder called N24. Okay, so these are the files we're moving in. We're moving in web.css, logo, HTML, CSS, .htm and web.htm. So let's move our logo and this. Okay. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 documents. Main documents are we supposed to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's be sure we have the correct thing. CSS, HTML, logo, web, CSS, HTML, logo, web. Alright, so we're good to go. So we'll continue. Alright, it says you will create a web page to help trainees learn HTML. Open the style sheet web.css in an editor. Alright, so our editor for today is going to be expression web. Okay, alright, so we're going to open and go to desktop, go to past questions. We are looking at 2024, we are looking at W, question paper 3, N24. So we're opening web, I believe, web.css, yes, open. So it opens up here. Alright, so next task, it says you should add a new class called red that sets the font color to the hexadecimal code for red when this is applied. So we should create class. So to create a class, okay, you can go to new style, okay. Classes are usually created with a dot before the red, just like this. So add a new class called red that sets font color to the hexadecimal code for red when this class is applied. So our color for our font color, okay, so we want it red. We want it to apply the hexadecimal code. That's it there. Click OK. So we have our class red created with. Okay, so let's take this out of here. Okay, yeah, correct. So good. So add a new class called center that center aligns text. Alright, when the class is applied. So we're creating another class that center aligns text. So let's take this down, go to new. Okay, so dot center is RE. So our font is center aligned. So go to block. On that block, you can find your text align and then make it center. Click OK. So dot center text align is center aligned. Alright, beautiful. Back to the question. It says we should save our style sheet, take a screenshot for now. Make sure all the contents are visible. For now, we're not doing the screenshot. So let's save this. Control S to save. So now we have to open and examine the web page, called web.htm. So let's go to this, open web.htm. That's it, open. So this is our web page. Let's see the design. This is what it looks like. Alright, back to the question. It says the web The web page and attached style sheet have been created for you. The web page appears like this. Let's be sure if that's what we have. So that's exactly what we have here. All right, good. So each table cell in this diagram is identified with a letter which must not appear on your final web page. Edit the HTML so that the table borders do not appear on the final web page. So in order to edit the table borders so that they don't appear on the final web page, you can come here and on our table, right click, go to table properties. Under the borders, this is set to 0. Okay, so the table borders will not appear on our final web page because already 0 there. So the next question is we should replace the text a candidate dash with your name, center number, and candidate number. So just do that. Here, a candidate, replace it our name, our center number, and our candidate number. Alright, so that does it. So it says you should save our web page in the folder N24 with the file name webpage underscore followed by our center number and candidate number. So you can come here, right click, save. Alright, it's already saved, so you can go to file and save as. Alright, and this, then our name. Okay, then as for our name, our center number and candidate number. So it's a web page, so that's fine. Click OK. So we have saved our work. Set all the text in cell A to into H1 style. So just place your cursor there and make this H1. That's good. Next, it says you set all paragraphs of text in cell B into style H3. Alright, so this is cell B. All the text here should be H3, or rather, okay, H3. Let's see. Okay, set all the text in style A. Set the text web layer into H2. Okay, we do that. So this web layers, highlight and make it H2. Yes. Then all the other text, okay, down, it's now H3. Okay, so that's what we have. Let's do this again. It says we should set the text web layers in cell B in H2 and then set all the other paragraphs of the text in cell B in style H3. So this is in H2, should be in H2. Okay, let's turn this into a paragraph. Enter, and then highlight the content there and make it H3. Alright, so this works. Alright, so it says we apply the class red to the, so only the text, content layer, presentation layer, and behavior layer. So in order to apply classes, a number of ways you can do it. Go to your code. Alright, here you could use a paragraph style so that this enters into a paragraph, or you could use span. So the span element just picks a particular section of your code and helps you to attach a style to it. But for this, I will use the paragraph element. So I'll open up the paragraph. Sorry, that's not progress. I'll open up the paragraph and say class, call in the class. Okay, hit the spacebar on your keyboard, this comes in. So we only have two classes here, red. Close that, then it opens the close tag for you. Cut that close tag and put at the end of content layer. So we'll do the same with the presentation layer. So we'll do class, not progress, please. class class equal to red, close. Okay, cut this and put it at the end of layer. Let's do this for these two. So open your angle brackets P, okay, and then space, and then say class equal to red, and then move out of the speech quotes and close that, and copy this, or cut this rather, this at the end of layer. So that's it. More, let's preview this. So this is what it looks like. So apply the class red to this. Alright, so that was beautiful. So next up we'll do, it says we should set both paragraphs of the text in cell E into style H3 with a class set to center. Okay, I'm not sure we've done this yet. Set the text in cells C and D into style H2 with a class set to red. So for this, okay, let's be sure which is our C and D. So this is A, B, so this should be C. I'll just put the C there so that I can really find it. C and D. So my code, okay, so I have my C here. So for the C, we to open this and say span equal to class apply red and close and do this. So the class red has been applied, but let's see. Set the text in this to class red and H2. Okay, so that works. So let's also apply this here. So we're using span here. Okay, class equal to red. Close that. Cut out the span and place at the end. Alright, so that does it. Okay, so we also apply, so we can highlight both of them there and apply H2 to those. So we're good. Now the next step is to set both paragraphs of the text in cell E into style H3 with a class set to center. So this is E. That's where we have our name here. So we need a class, but before the class, this is set to H3. So the cursor there, we can make this H3, and then we'll go to the code and okay, so just here can include the span, okay, and say class equal to center. All right, and then we'll close that and place this at the end here. All right, so that does that for us. Let's look at what it looks like in the design. Yeah, so this is centered, the text is centered. Okay, so let's move on. It says we should set the first line of text in cell F into paragraph style.